Shalom, family. So, the saga continues. You want to say shalom? Y'all, the saga continues. This is breaking news. There's so much going on with this administration. And y'all remember how this new administration said in North America, said that they want Greenland for whatever reason. You got this stuff going on with Guantanamo. But listen to this. Denmark prepares for a possible invasion by the US. And Denmark is not alone. I'm looking at a video from Midas Touch, 3 million subscribers. Shout out to that channel because I didn't hear about this until like a few minutes ago. And I was like, oh snap, this is wild. And I'm gonna read a few comments before we play the video together. You're gonna be able to hear the audio and respond in real time right now. But we need to be aware of this as our community because I'm just read these comments so y'all can really understand. Remember, and all by getting, according to Proverbs, get an understanding. I see comments that say, Canada here, this is a day ago, you Americans need to stand against Trump. I assure you Canada will stand with Greenland. As an American veteran here, I stand with Canada, Denmark, Greenland, and Mexico. I cannot stand this dictator. As a German, I stand with my Danish sisters and brothers, one Europe, one voice, one fist. Dutch here, standing with the Danish and Greenlandic brothers and sisters. U.S. military, hold to your oaths, defend the Constitution, refuse illegal orders if necessary, remove the orange stain from the Oval Office. Turkey here, looks like we're not involved, but we are part of NATO, and we will always stand with the righteous Denmark. You have our support 100%. Dane here, the talk here in Denmark is that we have to realign our foreign policy. Since 1949, NATO and the US have been seen as our closest allies. As others have said before, Danish soldiers have died in blood with US soldiers in Afghanistan, the Middle East. It's obvious now the alliance is not reliable and stable. Trump 1.0 might have been an apparent error, but we now have Trump 2.0. These sudden dramatic shifts in US foreign policy make the US an unreliable ally. Guys. This, y'all, I'm speechless because I'm alive seeing this in real time, understanding the times where these nations are turning on each other. That's what's happening. These, in previous times, buddy, less gung-ho, but look, they not backing down, and y'all know the man in office not going back down either. So let's play this video, fair use policy. Let's just listen to what they got to say. Let's listen and be discerning and understand that we as a people have to return to Africa, need to return to Africa. Africa is the homeland. Africa is the motherland. Africa is the origin land. And it is the only place for us to be, right, Gianna? It's the only place, okay? It's the only place. So let's tune in.
Horrific phone call. My reenactment right there is probably not doing it justice, just how much Donald Trump threatened Denmark, but their actions are speaking loud as they are preparing for a potential invasion by the United States of Greenland, an attack on by America to another NATO nation, Denmark, which had fought by the side of Americans in many wars before. Denmark, who was once a close ally of the United States, is worried that Trump is going to invade it. Let's just take a look at some of these articles. This from the Daily Mail, but I could show you from a number of sources. Denmark announces $2.1 billion in Arctic military project in response to Donald Trump wanting to buy Greenland. They're putting it generously. Conquer Greenland is what Donald Trump said to them. The European Union is seeking to beef up its military presence in Greenland just 1 week after Donald Trump took office and threatened to seize the vast landmass. Yeah, seizing without consent is called conquering, not buying. It came after Denmark said on Monday it plans to spend $2.5 billion to boost its military presence in the Arctic. While the Scandinavian countries responsible for Greenland's security and defense, Copenhagen has limited military capabilities on its island territory. After his November election win, Trump re-upped his offer to purchase Greenland, which Denmark has repeatedly denied any interest in accepting. During a press conference in Mar-a-Lago last week before a second term, Trump did not rule out the possibility of using force to take the island territory
Pause. Using force. He's reading a statement. Now, General Robert Brieger of Austria, the top EU military official, has said the group should deploy troops to Greenland. I'm just like, who could have seen this coming? I think this guy is off his rocker. I'm like, this is wild. Like, he literally, like, I'm just kind of speechless. What do y'all think? Leave a comment down below. And I'm going to drop the video in the description, because it's like, how far are you going to take this? And everybody's been talking about World War III. And we thought that it would look different. We thought that it would look like players like China, which China obviously still is a player, players like Russia. But I mean, this guy, he is on a rampage to make as many enemies as possible, to decimate all alliances for such a time as this. He has been chosen to bring about a swift decline to America. Because when you cut bridges with people that you have historically been allied with, and you do this type of thing, and you see the response of these people in the comments, guys, go look at the comments, because a lot of Americans are so self-righteous and prideful and just don't live in reality. When you read these comments, you are going to start to discern and understand, wait a minute, they don't want us to colonize and take them over. They don't want us to conquer them. I got no stakes in the game. I'm in Africa minding my business, because I'm an African woman, happened to be taken in the slave trade, but made my way back home, all thanks to the grace and glory of the Most High, Yah, the Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay? But let's continue listening. I'm just like, I'm fathoming this in real time with you, because it's.
Now, General Robert Briggier of Austria, the top EU military official, has said the group should deploy troops to Greenland. In other words, the European Union needs to put troops in Greenland to help protect it against an American invasion. The European Union nations are thinking of bulking up its military presence in Greenland as a result of what the United States is threatening to do. Greenland holds military significance for Washington, D.C. There are currently 200 American troops stationed at the space base there, which is part of a missile early warning system. And it goes on to say, Briggier, the current chairman of the European Military Committee, CEUMC, wants the bloc to send troops to beef up the presence amid concerns that Trump will take swift action to gain control of the autonomous Danish region. Trump said this month that Greenland is vital to U.S. security and has demanded that Greenland give it up. Amid the threats, Denmark has now decided to up its defense spending. It is a drastic reversal after more than a decade where Denmark has cut defense spending it sends to Greenland. Last year, Denmark allocated $26 billion when converted to US dollars for its military spending. And now it wants to use more than $2 billion of that to be allocated to the Arctic. Defense Minister Troels Lund Poulsen said at a press conference that the latest deal includes funding for doubling the number of long-range surveillance drones to 4 total, and U.S. President Donald Trump said Greenland was needed for the U.S. Quote, "We must face the fact that there are serious challenges regarding security and defense in the Arctic and North Atlantic," Denmark's Defense Minister Troels Lund Poulsen said in a statement. His announcement...
Wow. Continuing the announcement. His announcement came ahead of a visit by the country's prime minister, Mette Frederiksen, to Berlin, Paris, and Brussels this week to shore up European unity on Greenland. So who's America's allies going to be in this? I have a hunch. That ally would be the 30,000 people that he just sent to Guantanamo Bay, where he's saying to them, look, y'all in this concentration camp, y'all gonna get out on them front lines and y'all gonna fight for us, and then we'll let you do what you want to do, but you're about to go fight this war that I'm about to wage with my cousins, okay? Greenland is already part of a power struggle in the Arctic. As its ice melts due to global warming, the battle is for its natural resources. It's heating up. Enormous oil and gas deposits are believed to lie under the seas, Russia and China have already increased their Arctic mining activities and military presence, and the region may soon offer new shipping routes between the US and Europe. Europe is facing a serious situation with war on the continent and shifts in the geopolitical reality. In moments like this, unity is crucial. She said they'd be meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron and the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, as well as Mark Rutte, Secretary of NATO. Again, NATO. This is a national alliance historically between America, Great Britain, France, I believe Germany got into it after the World War that happened, but we are seeing a chain of events that won't be turned back. What we can say with this first 3 weeks with this new administration, are we even 3 weeks in, or are we 2 weeks? Are we 1 week in? Whatever we're in. We're not even a month in. But what we can say for sure is that he's been keeping up with things that he says. He says something, does it the next day. And he offered Greenland that belongs to Denmark and said, look, I want to buy it from you. They said, we don't, it's not for sale. we not selling it, Trump. It's not for sale. And so, look, my people, mind your business, come home to your motherland, enjoy life. This is not our battle. Leave the West behind, because these things are happening quick. Like, I'm shocked. And y'all know the orange guy, he's not going back down. And these comments, I'm telling y'all, go to the Midas Touch. Shout out to the Midas Touch. Go to his channel. Look at this video. Look at these comments. It just takes 5 minutes so that Americans can understand the dynamics that are going on. Because unless you're looking at alternate news sources, you're going to think, oh, everybody loves the U.S. They're literally saying we're not allies of the U.S. The Netherlands stands with our allies, in this case, Denmark. The Netherlands, Holland, is by Great Britain. And so if America's not going to have allies in Europe and wants to fight Europe, Russia's obviously not an ally. So how's this play out? Who's the allies? Who's going? Y'all drop a comment down below. Let me know who the allies are if y'all know who they are, because I don't know who they are. Somebody said, as an Austrian, I will forget our neutrality and stand with Denmark. So y'all look in the comments, check this video out, and y'all, please wake up. Please be awake and aware, because the rest of the world is awake and aware of what's going on in the West and what's happening in North America. But it seems like Americans are on the slighted side of not understanding what's happening and think that Trump is the savior and he's really the destroyer. Shalom, shalom.